it's Fitting Dragon. Right now it's in the middle of March and I already inked some pens and ink combinations. Although at the time of filming, I have 9 pens and inks here, but I will just show you 6 of them. Otherwise, this video will get way too long. Okay, so let's get to it. The first pen and ink combination that I have here is Journal This Day Cafe, and I fill it inside my Pilot Kakuno Papa with medium nib. I always have a blast when I'm writing with this Pilot Kakuno Papa because the nib is so cute. Journal This Day Cafe is a brown ink. Well, it's a brown ink. I don't really have anything else to say. It's a basic brown with quite some shading in it. And while I enjoy writing with this Pilot Kakuno Papa, I'm finding that this combination is a bit too dry to my preference. But I can write pages and pages without feeling tired with this combination. So whenever I pick this up, it makes me happy. I like that the previous ink that I filled inside this Pilot Kakuno was the Kobe milk chocolate ink. The ink after that is this Journal This Day Cafe, which in my head, it is more like a coffee type of ink. So after drinking milk chocolate, the papa is drinking a coffee. As for the color comparison, Journal This Day Cafe is pretty close to Jack Herban Terre de Ombre, but Day Cafe is just slightly paler. It is more yellower compared to Diamine Rosewood KWZ Brown number 2 and Diamine Roasted Chestnut. Okay, the next one is Journal This Tea Hope, a taupe color, and I fill it inside my Majohn V60 with fine nib. If you were to draw something relating to hope, what will you draw? This Journal This Tea Hope is a taupe color. Oh, I should have checked how to pronounce that name. Taupe. It's a very dark brownish color, and this ink specifically, I noticed that it has some sheen on it, which is quite prominent on the swatch card that I have here. Although whenever I write with this ink, I always feel that I'm writing with the black ink, which is totally okay, but it's just slightly more boring compared to my other inks that I have. And writing with this Majohn V60 is always so pleasant. I love this pen when I write on the exact angle on the sweet spot, but I think with this inking this time, I keep hitting the non-sweet spot, so the nib keep catching the paper whenever I write, which is totally fine, but I apparently have a love-hate relationship with this pen. As for the color comparison, Journal This Tea Hope is browner compared to Diamine Espresso. It's browner as well compared to Roaring Cleaner Ebony. I think part of why it looks browner is because of the aforementioned sheen. So it's quite a chameleon type of ink. Sometimes it's brown, sometimes it's black. And with this Tea Hope, I finished inking all my Journal This ink bottles that I bought some months ago. So let's get to the spread that I made and show you and let you know what I thought about these inks. So if you remember, I swatched this when I got the 10 bottles of Journal This inks. I have the darker color on the left side and the brighter color on the right side. After writing with all 10 of them and using all these inks inside my pen, I can safely say that I don't love all of them. Performance-wise, the darker inks are the greater one, and they are much more wetter compared to the lighter one. And color-wise, I really love the pink, tea time, and blue tea. When I ink all these three, the pink and tea time felt very dry. So the tea time I put inside my Pilot Custom 823 and it is still inked now, but I am going to unink it in a few days because I really don't like the writing experience of this tea time with this 8 to 3. It's way too dry. The being was okay at first on my Opus 88 pumpkin, but the more I read with it, it felt dry as well. Well, the nib that I have here is the CYE Cursive Smooth Italic, and I'm found that with that nib, it feels better when the ink is on the wetter side. Well, the blue tea was wonderful, at least on the pen that I use it on. I put it inside my Pilot Custom Heritage 91, but the nib is already tempered to be wetter, so I don't know. I love the colors of this tree, but they're not as great as I thought they would be. Pumping was very dry as well. While the ones on the left side, they are all wonderful. I love the performance, although color wise, they are not really that unique. Because let's say Cis Lafino is pretty similar to Diamond Rider's Blood. Day Cafe is like a basic brown, Belief, green, and I have lots of green already in my collection. Emotion, teal, I also have lots of teal in my collection, and the Hope, dark brown. I don't think I have that much, but I also don't use this colorway too often. So, I don't know. Out of these 10, I think my favorite would be the CS Lavino and I'm Oceans because of their performance. Let's go back to our ink. I am on my dark inks mood when I ink all of this because next one is also a dark ink. It's Troublemaker Flex Pen to Paper exclusive Sage Green. I have it inside my Majohn A1 with Pilot Medium 18 karat gold nib. And with this combination of Majohn A1 with Pilot Medium 18 karat gold nib, I'm glad to say that I don't have any problems at all with these combinations. It always writes beautifully and I enjoy writing with it. Although, while I enjoy the experience of writing with this combination, the color is a little bit too boring, so I'm finding myself not really picking up this pen, and that's okay. I'm pretty sure that this color will pick up as black on camera just because it's very dark green. How can I describe this color? It's army green, although it has a bit of a brownish undertone in it. Although I'm not really as sure as well. Well, one thing is for sure with this ink, it's a dark ink. So yeah, as for color comparison, I'm finding Troublemaker Sage Green to be very close to KWZ Hunter Green, but earlier before I recorded this, I put both of them very close to my eyes to really see the difference. KWZ Hunter Green is much darker, and maybe if I were to mix a paint, it has more black, while Troublemaker Sage Green, if I compare them side by side like this, it's much more green. But it's very hard to spot, and in writing, I don't think you can really differentiate them. And it is more brownish compared to Pannonia, Fenifest, and Diamine Evergreen. Okay, now that we got all the darker inks out, well, I have more dark ink, but this one is a Diamine Inkvent 2025 Frostbite, which is a dark blue with shimmer in it. It's a yellowish like rose gold shimmer, and I feel it inside my Asvine C80 with 1.1 stub nib. The pen is so sparkly, and this is my second inking after getting this pen. The first time I filled it with Celestial Skies, also from Diamond Inkvent 2025, which is a teal-ish shimmer ink. And I also wanted to put in this Frostbite in this pen, which at first I thought it's very worth it because the pen and ink combination writes really well. But about a week before I'm filming this pen and ink combination starts to give me problems. So the pen starts to write drier and drier, and yesterday, it just completely stopped, even though I wrote with this pen the day before. And the reason why is because all the shimmer gathered on the feet and just clogged it. So before I recorded this today, I wiped the nib with the tissue for quite a long while until it writes well again. And it writes well again. I love the fact that when I write with it, the shimmer is really prominent. I think the camera will pick it up, like when I throw these snowflakes here. It's very shimmery, and also it's on the writing itself. And I enjoyed that part about the shimmer, but I didn't enjoy the clogging. Especially when I was writing in the train and it clogged. I tried to push the ink from the converter. It didn't work. I also tried to shake the pen a bit. It didn't work. I also shake it a bit too hard that some inks fell into the train's floor. Oops. And, yeah. I got this Asvine C80 in the hope that I can use it for shimmer ink, but with this clogging, I don't really know anymore if I make the right decision to put shimmer ink in it. But we'll see. I think I will need to experiment more and put more shimmer ink in it, and then I will decide from there. As for color comparison, Diamine Frosbite has the dark blue base color, but at the same time it's quite the brighter blue as well, so it's like a mix of chalk, herban, blue the minuet, and blue black. But the shimmer and the sheen are very overpowering in this particular swatch card, and so it has like a metallic reddish as well from the sheen and the rose gold shimmer from the shimmer. And for my last two inks, they are both very interesting inks. I'm always so excited whenever I write with these two inks. So the fifth one is the wet pen Elliott Bay, and I fill it inside my Esterbrook Estie Nouveau Blue with CY Architect Nib. This ink is like magic. Depending on the paper, I can see the Chromoshading on it or not, and I think it is the most prominent in Tomo River paper. This Yusari sometimes show it, sometimes it's not, and the Chromoshading is completely gone when I write with Iroful paper, which is pretty strange because usually Iroful paper is one of the more paper that can show the properties of inks pretty well. So that's a big question mark. The wet pen Elliott Bay is also cold blue when it is wet, and then it turns into a warmer blue when it dries. On some paper, it has the yellowish or greenish tint, so it's pretty clear on this swatch card. There are some bluish part and there are some greenish or even yellowish part on it. Although in real writing, it's not as prominent, but it's always so fun to write with the wet pen Elliott Bay, and especially so since I cannot get the bottle by myself unless I'm buying it from the United States, which I cannot. So I'm very grateful to be able to try the wet pen Elliott Bay because of a very kind friend that gave a sample to me. Color comparison wise, these are the ones that are pretty similar in my collection. Elliott Bay is paler and colder than Shanghai Stationery Broken Bridge. It is bluer compared to Kitty Inkpot a certain early dawn. If we ignore the chroma shadingness, I think Color First Rainy Day is pretty close to the wet pen Elliott Bay, just without the chroma shading. And lastly, I have Zerkon's ink, number 52 Hermes, and I fill it inside my Sailor 1911 large with broad 21 karat gold nib. This ink is magic, and the magic happens on every paper that I tried it on. Oh, okay, maybe just one paper that don't really go well with this ink is, again, the Iroful paper. It just looks like a flat pink in there, but on my other papers, aside from that, it's a very beautiful ink. So this Zerkon 52 Hermes, it goes from pink to purplish to oranges, and it is much more legible compared to Kitting Pot Butter and Strawberry Bagel. I love the pink undertone, and I love how legible it is while still maintaining the chromoshadingness. I will try to get the camera closer here, and I hope you can see the chromoshadingness on the writing sample. I love writing with this so much. Although I admit that I only have a sample for this ink, and when I wanted to ink this Sailor 1911 because I miss it, so I put the ink inside this pen. But uh, I sort of regret it just a tiny bit because this ink smells, like really smells. It smells like the glue that I got during my childhood, and those glue are on the cheaper side, so it does not really smell that good. I'm quite worried if it will do anything to my pen, but as far as I can see, the pen is okay and there are no marking or whatsoever on the nib, which I'm relieved about. So I try to write this pen dry as soon as I can, and I'm pretty sure the ink is already low, so I just need to write one or two more letters and then I will be good. Although the problem now is that I don't have any letters to reply to. That's the thing with letters. Sometimes it's a lot and I have a giant backlog, and on the other time I don't really have anything else to write with, and so in these moments I felt that I want to get more new pen pals. But knowing myself, I better just wait and enjoy this moment by reading books that I sort of abandon whenever there are some letters to reply to, and just enjoy the moment because I have too much pimples now. Okay, color comparison wise, if we only look at the base color, Zerkon Hermes is pretty close to Hepan Rule the Anchor and Kobe Milk Chocolate. So yeah, that's all that I have for today. What do you think of these inks? Which do you have in your collection, and what chromo shading ink that you can recommend to me? Let me know and see you on the next one. Bye bye!